This is Virgil Ortiz, and you're watching REED-BBS.
REED-BBS. BBS. Opinions are like assholes. We all got one. In the case of Virgil Ortiz versus Serhii Bohachuk, you're entitled to your opinion. But spare me, please, spare me your fucking outrage, all right? The shit's already old. Bohachuk is clearly robbed, dog. He dropped Verge twice. Survey says, and clearly robbed? Clearly robbed, really? Well, let's, okay, clearly robbed. How clear were the knockdowns? Were those knockdowns Floyd versus Zab level clear? Were the knockdowns Bud versus Mean Machine level clear? You tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Were they that clear? Were they Bud, Mean Machine clear, or Floyd Zab clear? Now, by the letter of the law, Virgil Ortiz went down after a punch connected. That's a knockdown. I'm not even debating or disputing the knockdowns necessarily. I'm debating how clear they were. How clear they were. What impact did they have on Virgil Ortiz? Oh, that's right. After the second knockdown, Verge not only complained to Harvey Doc about it, he went on to have his best round of the entire fight to that point after the knockdown. Speaking of rounds, during the Verge versus Bohachuk live stream, narrated by REED-BBS, thank you for those who attended and watched. My turnout is increasing, and I appreciate the support, but I digress. During the live stream, I said the following after the fifth round. If a judge had it scored 5-0 either way, I wouldn't be mad. This is what I said after round 5 of that fight. I said if any of the judges had it 5-0 for either man, the fight was that close, I wouldn't even be mad. Hell, it could have been 2-3 either way. It could have been 4-1 either way, 3-2, regardless. All of those scorecards would have been valid after 5 rounds because it was that type of fight. Nip and tuck and nip. Extremely and closely contested rounds that literally could have been scored either way, damn near each round. So miss me with the robbery talk. You're basing your whole robbery premise is on some shaky at best knockdowns. And that's a flawed ass premise. Sorry, not sorry. In the pocket, chopping away, chopping wood like two-fisted lumberjacks. No, wasn't nothing limber about these motherfuckers. Two-fisted lumberjacks. That's what this fight was, y'all. And we're losing the greatness of the fight with the robbery talk. We do that a lot in boxing. We focus on a decision that we didn't like, and we completely forget about the fight itself. But again, I digress. There's an old boxing adage that says, don't hook with a hooker. Well, Verge and Bohachuk are both hookers, and these hookers kept hooking with each other all fight long. But no, since y'all fixated on the knockdowns, let's go right back there. The first and the 8th round knockdowns. It's funny to me, aside from Bohachuk's corner, no one complained when Doc waved off the first round knockdown. You know why? Because it didn't look like one, frankly, to the naked eye. It didn't. And not until the replay before rounds 3, 4, 5, I can't recall which round that they did the replay, but not until then did the first round knockdown become a factor. We had already moved the fuck on from it until it resurfaced. 8th round knockdown. Look, the momentum of Verge missing a punch is what floored him, y'all. Verge was swinging, he missed, and then he fell to the ground. The momentum of him missing the shot is what floored him, not Bohachuk's punch. But again, the shot connected, Verge went down, knockdown. Okay, whatever. But with that said, with his fuse now properly lit, Verge responded immediately, and again, he had his best moment of the entire fight to that point. He clearly outfought Bohachuk in the 8th round, but yet it was a 10-8 round for Bohachuk. Okay, whatever. It was obvious to even me, Verge needed something dramatic
to close out the fight going into the championship rounds. He needed to do something dramatic. And with that said, he wound up winning all 3 scorecards. But he wound up winning all 3 of the final rounds on all 3 scorecards. That's how you close out the show. That's how you close out the show. There's another old boxing adage. You got to take it from the champ. I don't know if Verge took it from the champ. But what I do know is, what we do know is Bohachuk was an interim WBC champion. Sebastian Fundora is the actual WBC champ, y'all. Bohachuk was the interim champion. Did Verge take the interim title from the interim champ? I don't know. I'm not here to tell you Verge for sure won the fight. You ain't heard me say that. But he did hurt Bohachuk in the 11th. Whereas Verge's face was more marked up, who looked more visibly hurt during this fight? Exactly. Now, I don't know if Verge took it from him. I also didn't like Verge's post-fight body language. I'm from the school of fake it till you make it. If you lost the fight 12-0, goddammit, when that final bell rings, throw your hands in there and wave them like you just don't care. And wave them like you won the fight. Do like Mikey Garcia did in the middle of the Earl Spence fight. After round by round, Spence is beating Mikey, and Mikey ain't thrown a damn punch in the round. As soon as the bell rings, he throws a punch in the air, making it seem like he won. He was faking it till he made it. Fake it till you make it. Verge didn't do that, so it gave off the impression that he wasn't sure he won or even thought he lost, which I'm sure a lot of y'all are also buying into. That's also adding to this. But yeah, the first distance fight for Verge. And both men came in with a combined 97% combined KO ratio. And instead, they beat the living hell out of each other for 12 rounds. So much so, the commission mandated both men go to the hospital afterwards. I'm seeing a lot of videos and shit, a lot of talk. Oh, Verge went to the hospital, man. Yeah, Verge went to the hospital, but so did Bohachuk, because the commission demanded that after a fight that physical, both of them go. So put some of that hospital respect on both their names. They both went. It ain't just Verge that went. It was both of them that went. And they were both fine, but it was precautionary. The commission wasn't having it. Like, hell no, motherfucker. Y'all take both of your motherfucking asses to the hospital. That's why neither of them were at the post-fight press conference. That was some Rocky versus Apollo Creed type shit. Ward Gotti were both of you motherfuckers in the hospital at the same time. 5-1 odds. Let's not pretend a lot of y'all that's mad on this robbery shit didn't jump on them odds that almost reached 5-1 in Verge's favor on a lot of gambling sites. A lot of pissed off gamblers out there, huh? Because quite frankly, Bohachuk versus Verge was the type of fight you would wager on. You wager a bag on that, a couple $100, a G, whatever, sure. At 5-1 odds, yeah, because it was that close on paper. And then it was even closer in actuality than it was on paper to me. All in all, I have questions about Verge's right hand. I thought his right hand was injured. Just the way he was throwing it. Now, you aim high in life. You aim high in terms of what you want to do in boxing, in terms of what you want to achieve. But in the ring itself, when you're standing in front of your opponent, don't aim high, aim at him. Now, when it came to right hands, all night long, all fight long, Verge kept aiming too high. I've never seen Verge more inaccurate with his right hand, which to me is a byproduct of the time out of the ring. Yeah, this was his third fight of 2024, but the first fight was a nothing fight. The fight got Tony Weeks that was stopped before it even got going. So, yeah, the timing was off. It could be a blessing in disguise for Verge that he got this fight and kept his record, his old intact, and lived to fight another day. But yeah, I thought something might have been wrong with the right hand, injured. He wasn't firing it as accurately or as often as he does typically in other fights. And let's not pretend Bohachuk is some defensive whiz. He's there to be hit often, and he was hit often. It's just that Verge couldn't touch him with that right hand like we're accustomed to seeing. What's next for Verge? Well, Charles Conwell threw his name in the hat. God bless him. There's no money in Conwell. The only good thing about him is he fights for Golden Boy, so that'd be an easy fight to make. But there's no money there at all. Plus, Conwell can fight a little bit. He fuck around fuck up the apple cart. All signs seem to be pointing to Bud. His Excellency Turkey a Sheik was talking about it. Him and De La Hoya agreed to it right before Verge versus Bohachuk, which is another reason why all the theories and suspicions and conspiracies are out there. Oh, it was a robbery. No, it wasn't a robbery, man. There's a difference between opinion and outrage. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn it, okay? Learn the fucking difference. Read BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.